Hello, my lovelies. Melissa from Metropolitan Cosmetics, and it's lovely to be with you again. I thought today what could be nice is to talk one-on-one with things that are important, that help me, and I hope can help you. Just some lovely thoughts to help keep one on track. And I think in this day and age, it's so important to have some tools in the toolbox to be enabled to do so, because there's a lot that can take us off track. And when we practice these good habits, it really does elevate one's life towards bliss consciousness. So the first big thought I speak of today is something called Satsang. It's a beautiful word, and Satsang means holding good company, keeping good company. Pretty much what we're doing today. I invite you to Satsang, and you come, and we stay together, and we communicate, and we hold good company with good intention. That is Satsang. Having said that, we look at how we all presently are and what we see. So the first big idea in our Satsang is we see the world as we are. And so many times it might feel like the world is really chaotic, and in point of fact, it's our own inner reference. And there's something to be done about that. So as we go, we'll look at how we can change our inner thoughts and our inner dialogue to display a very, very different world. And that is our responsibility. When we look at Satsang, coming together and holding good company, there is coming forward and having a responsibility to do so. So when I come in Satsang to you, it's important that I have good intention, that I am not toxic, that I have an open heart, that I extend my happiness and my love toward you. And that is Satsang. You know, when people walk into a room who are not happy or angry, you can almost cut the atmosphere with a knife. That's the term that's used. Cut the atmosphere with a knife. Rather a scary image, but in point of fact, very descriptive to how powerful a person's thoughts and attitudes are. What's important is we have a responsibility to be at our best. So this is something to consider. Every time we might have a mood unchecked becomes an atmosphere. An atmosphere persisting becomes a character trait. And that persisting becomes a full-blown personality. So by causal links, if we can keep our mood in check, remember a mood is a visitor, nothing more, nothing less. Feelings are not facts. And so that visitor can also leave. That moody visitor that is not serving me at all, I don't want to have an atmosphere that ruins my satsang, that ruins my day, that ruins other people's day, so that my point of attraction becomes a point of repulsion, and I send out that ripple to the other side of the universe, and that's what I get. You so often see people's mood, atmosphere, personality, trait, how they drive in traffic. It's as though they think everyone's in their way. People are not in our way. They are also trying to get to work. And so there needs to be consideration for that. We need to treat others as we ourselves wish to be treated. And if we think about that for a moment, it's called empathy. Every time we might get angry with somebody, maybe they've done something wrong, maybe they've irritated us. Maybe we need to also understand that it's a mistake. People make mistakes. The Maharishi Mahesh Yogi says the following on this. If you think you get some ink on your finger, it's a mistake. You don't cut your finger off, do you? By the same token, we don't need to crucify people who might have gone wrong. It's a mistake. And we need to have empathy for our fellow man. That's where forgiveness comes in. Forgiveness doesn't mean we condone bad behavior or the wrong way. It means we see it for what it is, and we also know that by forgiving, in other words, taking it for a wishy-washy to the higher place, a miracle is due, a miracle is in store, and the undoing even crosses all temporal space and time. To give and to receive. In the material world, we believe that we need to hold on to everything that we have. We can call that dog eats dog approach. That is so much a thinking of fear. You think that if you were to give something, oh, now I'm without, I have a gap, I have a hole. That's the materialistic worldview of scarcity and fear. The miracle point of view is to have all, give all to all. Because there is always enough. There is always abundance. And to have more, you need to let go. To have a talent and not exercise that talent to be of the best you can be for yourself, those around you, and humanity as a whole means it's wasted. And that is very, very sad indeed. So I repeat, to have all, give all to all. What kind of qualities do we bring to satsang? It's called suitable qualities. They would be kind, wise, giving, generous, wisdom, motherly, fatherly, sisterly, brotherly, but everything is empathy, knowledge, enlightenment, being around aspirants. We are all walking each other home, remember? Unsuitable, quarrelsome, envious, greedy, covetous of one's neighbor's goods, lying, unkind, gossiping, self-sabotage, toxic, mental, spiritual, physical. To speak soft truth means if we have good conduct and good knowledge and good wisdom, and we might see something that we need to act on that we don't condone. Soft truth means speaking the truth softly without harsh words and being too dogmatic or unkind. It might also mean that we need to say no, and sometimes no cannot be said at a certain time because it could cause harm. The idea there is to postpone. So instead of saying outright no as almost a punishment, hold, wait. And then in the postponement, the energy dissipates, or the need for the yes dissipates from the third party, and things go back into calm. My husband and I often say something to each other, and it comes from my favorite beautiful girl in the whole world. Her name is Leah. She's my niece. And when she wanted something to stop when she was a baby, she'd say, do break, do break. So when I speak of 7 things that we need to steer away from, whenever we engage or start doing this, we say, do break, do break. It lends a happy atmosphere, a fun, do break, like enough already, do break. And then we stop. And then we go back to start, and we're back in good satsang. The 7 things are gossip, judgment, complaining, negativity, excuses, exaggerations, and dogmatism. We all do the 7 when we're usually angry with ourselves. You're never angry for the reason that you think. You're always angry with yourself, but you've got to have someone to blame. And when you do break from those 7, I shall repeat them: gossip, judgment, complaining, negativity, excuses, exaggeration, and dogmatism. You put yourself back into a great energetic realm where you're a point of attraction, and everything, good fortune, good luck, comes our way. Opinions of others. We're very sensitive souls, and we get hurt very easily. And when somebody has an opinion of us that's hurtful, it's scarring. Now, this is what I have to say on that. How can opinions be true and real if it comes from the outside? Because only God's law is true and everything else is perception. So if somebody has an opinion, it's gone through a filter of how they themselves feel about themselves. So how can it be true about you? So if something unkind comes to our ears, we can do break. It wasn't meant to. Just because it's out there floating around doesn't mean it has to penetrate. Remember that. Detach, forgive, undo. That's the answer. Unloving thoughts keep us in our own hell. And so when we practice good satsang and we come back to start and we practice grace, we won't have unloving thoughts. And this is how we open the heart and we expand the heart, because unity consciousness is about expanding the heart. Empathy for our fellow man, loving our fellow man truly. Let us not waste our life, and let us not waste our time, for we are our only hope. From my heart to yours, always. I'll see you soon.